Bobby Kovichova gets another serve down. Raymond trying to set up Bauer. Wattis digs it out thanks to her teammates. Taylor tries to flick one in, and the Pepperdine disarray gives USF another point. And to this point, you can't say the Dons have put a foot wrong. Bobby Kovichova, does she have another one in her? Yes, she does. Raymond trying to set up Lorenzen, and USF snuffs it out. Nice dig there from Briggs. Bauer trying to slam one home. A nice block there from USF. Shannon Knight, Hannah Taylor meeting at the point of attack. Look at this replay. Look at Bauer trying there. And Knight just right there saying, not in this house, as Bobby Kovichova serves again. And a service ace there for Bobby Kovichova, just sneaking it inside. And Scott Wong needs another timeout. So Pepperdine having used their 2 allotted timeouts already here in this first set. And for those of you looking at home, and I'm sure Pepperdine fans are just kind of saying, well, where's the Waves team I was accustomed to seeing against Seattle U this past weekend, and kind of in the test of their non-conference. You think of all those tough tests, all the adversity they faced through that. That's the reason why you try and figure out get the performances like this to this point out of their system. Meanwhile, for USF, they're doing what they have to do. Again, there's many teams going for power with kills. They've been using finesse to this point and doing so effectively. USF with a nice recovery to get that one back over. Raymond trying to finesse one over, can't do it. Wattis digs it out with the help of Knight. Bauer can't secure the point for Pepperdine. Pooch trying to secure one. Blocked at the net by the Waves. Another nice rally from both teams. Raymond trying to finish the job. Wattis digs it out. Pooch trying to flick one in. Nothing doing. Jackson recovers. Raymond again. This time she puts it home. Back and forth they go here at War Memorial. So Pepperdine with another chance to cut this to 1. Raymond to serve it. And right place, right time, Maggie Bauer. Diogo Silva stirring about challenging it in terms of net. He's going to leave it. Tristan Raymond to serve. Pepperdine looking to tie. A nice flick over there from Bengi. And too far from Pepperdine on the re-attack. And USF leads back to 2 on the verge of set point. Chala Vengi, you look right there at the instant impact. That sequence of events forcing Pepperdine to scramble a little bit harder than they would have liked. Bobby Kovichova, who had a long run of serving earlier in this set, looking to take USF home. Bauer trying to get the deficit back down. Diogo Silva clamoring that USF didn't touch it. Point awarded to the Dons. Scott Wong immediately challenging that call. It wasn't even close from the Pepperdine perspective. Everyone threw up the C's in unison. So it'd be a big tone set to both Pepperdine players. Water setting up Bobby Kovichova now for Taylor. Nice recovery by Briggs. Provednikov trying to get another kill. Pooch trying to find one. That one's long, and we're tied back up here in San Francisco. And now USF trying to challenge contesting that Pepperdine tipped it. So Scott Wong and Diogo Silva trading challenges here late in the first set from War Memorial Gymnasium. Call as opposed to the USF bench. So Maggie Bauer with 3. In the negatives, USF at the 25% mark. Teams have evened out pretty heftily. USF 13.5 hit percentage. Pepperdine now 12.8. So you can see how the delta has really slowed down there. Tied back up at 23. Gilhooly to serve. Can Pepperdine retake this lead? Or pardon me, take the lead for the first time tonight. Bobby Kovicheva for Knight. A nice dig out from Pepperdine. Polk's got to get it over, and she does. And finds empty space. Pepperdine's got their first lead of the set. And now they got set point. Diogo Silva, I believe, is using another challenge, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, they are. Contesting a net violation, and you feel kind of the pace of this opening set grind to a halt. Not exactly sure if if USF is gonna find what it's looking for here. I don't believe Polk committed a net violation here. You know, as the armchair referee that I am here from the broadcast booth, we're gonna have to go with, I don't know if that's gonna be a successful challenge from Diogo Silva, but that's why they paid me to be here and not over there at the replay monitor. I think it goes without saying how impactful it is. You get another view of it. You kind of see USF kind of just reach over the tipping point, if you will, of the net. The officials are done at the replay monitor. Point remains Pepperdine's. But Diogo Silva adamant that they missed something. Think of those back-to-back challenges from Diogo Silva. Didn't get either of them, and USF's out of challenges for the rest of the match unless they get to set 5. Can Pepperdine complete this comeback? They were down 11. Bobby Kovicheva saving USF. Taylor into the net, and Pepperdine has completed the comeback in the opening set. They were down 11, stormed all the way back to win the opening set 25-23. A great recovery from the Waves. Can they continue it? When we come back for set 2, you are listening to WCC Volleyball on ESPN+. Goes back to serve. Raymond for Provednikov. Right back in for kill number 13. Get another look at it. Finishing right through. Right in between several USF players. Pepperdine 2 points away from putting this one to rest. Briggs leads the WCC in aces per set. Does she have another one in her? Oh, if USF can't get this over, nope, they do. Raymond for Piscors. And we're at match point. Oh, it wasn't easy for Pepperdine to start tonight here at Warren Memorial Gymnasium. It came all the way back in set 1, went wire to wire in set 2, have match point here in set 3. Briggs trying to serve it up. And that is long, and Pepperdine completes a sweep of USF. A masterful last 2 sets from the Waves as they move to 2-1 in conference play, win their conference road opener before a tilt down at Santa Clara this weekend. For the Dons, it'll be a quick turnaround for themselves too, right back here at War Memorial Gymnasium against Oregon State. I think when you kind of break down this match, it was more Pepperdine kind of waking themselves up. 48 kills to 32 over USF. Hit percentage 23 1/3 versus 19.8%. As you take a look at the final touches and some of the highlights of this match right here, you kind of see just the way Pepperdine was using space in the cross-court game more than anything. Lots of different contributors in lots of different places. See Ella Piscors right there. USF obviously not slouching themselves in some of the kills department and some of the efforts that they were given. You look at the way right there. A service ace. One of the telltales of the match with McGee. 9-1 advantage for the Waves in service aces.
From the University of San Francisco and War Memorial Gymnasium at the Sobrato Center, it is West Coast Conference Volleyball on ESPN+. Thomas Dunn here to bring you the action. We've got two teams on differing paths within their season, and one team starting hot in conference play and another one still looking to find their way. It's the Oregon State Beavers playing against the USF Dons. The Beavs coming in having won 9 of their last 10, the first stretch of that kind for the Beavers since 2014, a team that made a deep run into the NCAA tournament. Meanwhile, you have USF on the other side. They've dropped 8 in a row. They're looking to find their way. They had some chances against a renowned team in Pepperdine on Thursday, but unfortunately could not get the job, notably in set 1 when they had an 18-7 lead over the waves, but could not hold on to win the set, and unfortunately it snowballed from there. Meanwhile, on the Beavs side, we talked about that win streak already and kind of just how they've been placing things together. The only blemish within that 10-game set was a loss to Oregon on September 18th. They had a 4-set win down at Santa Clara, so they come up either 101 or I-280, depending on your preference, to here on the hilltop, deep in the heart of the city, as they look to start 4-0 in conference play and kind of stake their claim as one of the favorites down the stretch of this season. And you kind of look at the way this has played out, Oregon State picked to finish 4th in the West Coast Conference preseason poll. You look at the way they're playing right now, the way how consistent they've been, how they haven't forced really errors they haven't done themselves in. They can be right alongside USD, LMU, Pepperdine as some of those favorites. Meanwhile, for USF, it's about establishing an identity and learning how to win. That's a hard thing to say when you're 13 games into the season, but that's exactly what it is when you have a young team for head coach Diogo Silva in his 5th season. The biggest class represented for the Dons is 6 freshmen. On the other side, for the Beavs, look at head coach Lindsey Bohonic in her 3rd season and think of just the tutelage and kind of the stream of success that has come from her way when you consider that she's come from the Pitt program, the nationally renowned Pitt program. You don't just get to coach under Dan Fisher. You clearly are upholding a certain type of standard, and it's clear that she's brought it to historic Gill Coliseum and beyond for Oregon State. Communication on their attack right there. Galavi's trying to find one home, doesn't do so. Lilo setting up Hester, but corralled by USF. Bailey goes right down Broadway and finds a point. Bailey was one of 4 Dons with 6 kills against Pepperdine. Kind of look at the way she could potentially be earning more and more rotation moments. These are the types of situations you exactly want to see. USF now only down 2. Lilo for Mars, and oh my goodness, not much you can do about that. Alana Mars coming with a force, the standout freshman. It's as good as it gets right there. We talked about already her blocking ability. You just get a look at the versatility. You know, the reigning WCC Defensive Player of the Week, showing off her attacking skills right there. Bobby Kovichova for Arsic, blocked at the summit. Monica, Hester, and Natalie Scholes. However, now we're to Arsic trying to find the back line, just scrapes in, and that's a point Dons. They're only down 1. So 6-5 Oregon State. USF fighting back well. Low running it back. And that'll be a service ace. Right off the wrist of Pause. And that's exactly what you want to see. Take command. So one service ace apiece between the Dons and the Bees. This time corralled by Oregon State. Hester far side. Flicking off the wrist of Lowe. Point Oregon State. See Lindsey Bohonic off the bench. Ushering the team to continue the momentum here. Jacob Matias into the game for Oregon State and into serve. The only B with double-digit assists in every single game to this point in the year. Oregon State and USF going back and forth. Rummel gets it over. A nice rally developing. Rummel trying to go again. Can't do it again. Free ball, though, back. Scholes. That one's dug out well. Arsic's trying to end it. That can't happen. Back and forth they go. Blocked at the summit and eventually out of bounds. Point USF. And knotted back up at 7, and a nice rally from both teams, and eventually San Francisco winning out there. So Arsic back to serve for the Dons. Has had 8 kills in 2 of the prior 3 games as USF gets the free ball. Bailey poking it over, goes off feet, and USF's got their first lead of the match. 8-7 Dons. That's exactly the type of response you want to see if you're Diogo Silva.